Hello everybody, I'm Syrachime, and I'm happy to welcome you to my very first Let's Play of Pokemon FireRed. This game is one of my absolute favorite games of all times, and I'm very happy to get a chance to do a Let's Play of it. I'm going to be doing a personal playthrough of the game and providing you live commentary along the way. Whether you want to play along or simply relive the nostalgia moments from your childhood, we're going to have a great time. So, without further ado, let's get started with Episode 1 of my Pokemon FireRed Let's Play. So as you get started here, you're going to be taken to this tutorial screen where you're basically going to be learning how to play the game. More or less, you use the arrows to guide your character around, A to make decisions, B to cancel those decisions, so on and so forth. If you played Pokemon before, this is nothing really new, and even if you haven't, you really don't need this tutorial screen in order to play. So as we bypass what I consider to be useless information, we leave the tutorial screen and are greeted by the senile old man! Hello there. Glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. But first, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? I'm a little offended at that. I mean, if you can't tell by the way I sound and how I look that I'm a boy, something's wrong with you. But, what can you expect from this senile old man who studies Pokemon all day long? You can choose either option, and each one has an avatar that you can use. But to humor this old man, I will tell him that I am a boy. Let's begin with your name. What is it? Now you can basically type anything that you want as long as it's within 7 characters. I'm going to go with something a little different than just a usual name. Yes, I'm going with Chime. Don't laugh, the original character's name was Red. That's an improvement. Right, so your name is Chime. Yes, it is. And now you're about to see just how senile this old man is. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. What was his name again? How do you forget your own grandson's name? That's just sad. You've studied Pokemon so much that you forget who your own relatives are. Well, just like with your character, you can name this person anything you want, or you can choose from some of the options below. But to keep this kind of true to the anime, since I'm such a fan of it, we're going to name him Gary. Or was it Gary? It's sad that I have to tell you this, but yes. That's right, I remember now. His name is Gary. Such an awkward moment for the guy. Chime, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with your Pokemon awaits. Let's go! And with that, we are finally able to actually play in the game. Now, as with the tutorial, use your arrows. You can move in different directions, left, right, up, down. And if you go to options and click A, go to different things, click A, you can see those things. B to cancel out of those. And to test these functions, you're going to want to go to the PC and withdraw something. There's something of great value in here, and you really don't want to leave this area without it. So you go and you withdraw. You want to withdraw this potion. I will explain what this does later in battle, but just know for now that you should get that, and it will make your life a whole lot easier if you do. And before we leave here, there's something kind of funny I want to show you guys. Keep in mind that the original games came out in about 1996, 1997, and the remakes came out in 2004, 2005. Check out what game system is available right now. Chime played the NES. He's playing the Nintendo Electronic System. I think he needs to update his character just a little bit. The character needs to update his games a little bit. But with that, let's make our first big step into this journey by leaving our room. If you go down here, you will see this little character here, and you talk to her. It's Mom! Right, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. You take your parenting skills from a TV set. I don't know what's worse, a senile old man that forgets his grandchildren's names, or you taking your lessons from the TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Well, that sounds encouraging. I guess let's go see the senile old man. So as you go down here, you go to Professor Oak's lab. And if you come up here, you will see that Professor Oak is nowhere to be found. But there is this guy right here. What? It's only Syrachime. Gramps isn't around. So I guess that means the game's over? No, game's not over. I guess we'll go look for the guy. I mean, he's a Pokemon professor. Where on earth could he be? He could be anywhere studying Pokemon. Well, I guess since he's not here, let's just get out of here. Whoa! Hey, wait, don't go out there. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in the tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for protection. I know. Here, come with me. So apparently he was somewhere in this area down here. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Gary? Let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Chime. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha. These Pokemon are held inside the Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. Hey, Gramps. No fair. What about me? Be patient, Gary. You can have one too. Well, considering his family line, it's a good thing that impatience is the only thing he's suffering from. Well, anyway, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go over here and choose one of these 3 Pokemon. Now, what you have inside of here will pretty much determine what happens to you through the rest of the game. The first Pokemon you have available to you is the Water-type Pokemon Squirtle. Squirtle is a defensive Pokemon, and as it grows, it's only going to get bulkier. Like many bulky Pokemon, Squirtle's not necessarily going to become that fast or all that powerful. His main draw is that he can take some hits and survive some pretty powerful attacks. And while it does have some respectable attack stats, it's not going to be KOing things left and right. This thing will be mostly used for defense, and that's really about it. Know that choosing Squirtle means that you are picking kind of a middle-of-the-road Pokemon. The game won't necessarily be super challenging, but at the same time it's not going to be super easy. You're going to have kind of a middle-of-the-road, and if you want a Pokemon that's, you know, a good water type that can stand up to hits and is going to kind of help you kind of middle-of-the-road on your journey, this Pokemon would be the one for you. The second Pokemon you have available to you is the Fire-type Pokemon Charmander. Like many Fire types, Charmander is fast and powerful in a particular attack stat, in his case, special attack, and as it grows it's only going to get faster and more powerful. Charmander is a really interesting Pokemon and what I consider to be the best Fire-type Pokemon in the Kanto region. Now, picking Charmander, while it may be a powerful Pokemon, you're going to have a very difficult time getting through the first part of this game. Charmander's typing is just awful for 2 of the gym leaders starting out, and you're really going to have a hard time getting through the first part of the game. So, if you do pick this Pokemon, you're going to have a really hard journey ahead of you, but if you do manage to get through the first part, you're going to be greeted with a fantastic Pokemon that will help you get through the rest of the game with almost no trouble. The third Pokemon you have available to you is the Grass Poison-type Pokemon Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's alright, it's kind of a jack-of-all-trades, it's respectfully fast, it's respectfully powerful, and can take a few hits. The main draw of Bulbasaur, though, is the fact that if you choose it, you're getting a Pokemon that's going to get you through the game incredibly easy. The first few gym leaders within the game are going to fall easily to this Pokemon, and if you choose it, you're going to have an easy time on your journey ahead. Not to mention you'll get kind of a bulky Pokemon that can hit hard and won't be going first all the time, but will be going probably first more times than not. So if you want to choose the easiest Pokemon, or the Pokemon that will get you through this game the absolute easiest, Bulbasaur would be the Pokemon for you. So with those bios out of the way and understanding what each Pokemon can possibly do, here comes the question, which one am I going to end up picking? Well, the fact is, I'm actually going to pick a Pokemon that I chose the very first time I played this game through, and that Pokemon is Charmander. Yes, Charmander was the very first Pokemon that I ever chose when I did a playthrough of this game, and I'd like to do it again here. Even though it is going to be the hardest to raise, and I may not get to the first part of the game very easily, I still would like to pick this Pokemon in memory of the very first time I played my Pokemon Blue game. So, it's really quite energetic. Chime received the Charmander from Professor Oak, the senile old man. Do you want to give your Pokemon a nickname? I would like to give my Pokemon a nickname, but not right now, simply because I don't know what I want to nickname it. I will nickname it later on, just right now I'd rather keep it as Charmander. Now Gary's going to go and pick this one. What is this one? Well, the Pokemon that he picks will always be the Pokemon that you are weakest to. In this case, it's Squirtle. So he has a type advantage over me. What does he have to say? My Pokemon looks a lot tougher than yours. Yeah, right. So all you got to say, Mr. Oak? If all Pokemon appear, your Pokemon can battle it. With that at your side, you should be able to reach the next town. Well, I guess that's our goal. Let's go up to wherever we're going and get to the next town. But wait! Wait, Chime! Let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Well, what we have here is our very first battle. Rival Gary would like to battle. So here we're introduced to the mechanic of this game, which is Pokemon battles. He will send out his Pokemon, I'll send out mine, and we battle. Oh, for Pete's sake, so pushy as always. Chime, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? Well, actually, prior to this Let's Play, I've probably been involved of over 10,000 hours of Pokemon battles. But hey, for the sake of the argument, let's just say no. A Pokemon battle is when trainers pit their Pokemon against each other's. The trainer that makes the other Pokemon faint by lowering their HP to 0 wins. So basically your goal here is to just basically hit the Pokemon till it faints. Yeah. I'd rather learn this from experience than listen to some senile old man tell me what to do. So here you got your options. Just gonna go ahead and scratch Squirtle. Yes, we get it, Oak. You senile old man. We know how to battle. So there, Squirtle lowers my defense. I'm just going to keep scratching away at it. Squirtle uses Tail Whip, lowers my defense again. Keep getting whipped by a tail. Yeah, I'll just keep scratching. If he's not going to attack me, whoa, that's going to hurt. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Keep scratching at Charmander. Ah, critical hit. And with that, we have won our first Pokemon battle and gained experience. As you beat Pokemon, you will get experience and level up your Pokemon. As they level up, they'll get stronger, learn new attacks, evolve, stuff like that. So we defeated our rival. What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon. Yeah, you picked the wrong Pokemon. Go get the grass type. I can beat you every time. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We get money for winning. Excellent. Oh, stop it, Oak. Nobody cares. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Chime, Gramps, smell you later. Hard to believe that's his grandson, isn't it? Well, anyway, what do you got to say? Raise your young Pokemon making a battle. It has the battle. Yeah, I guess that's true. Alright, I guess we'll go on. There's nothing going on here. We should probably go see Mom one more time before we go. Tell her we're heading to the next town with the Pokemon. What's she got to say? Chime, you should take a quick rest. Yeah, anytime you hear that little jingle, that basically means your Pokemon have healed. And if you come home and talk to Mom, you just basically rest. That's about it. Why don't we do what we said we were going to do prior to leaving here and coming back, and leave because the TV told us to. Whoops, what's this? Look, I copied. Oh, trainer tips. Yeah, more useless stuff that we don't really need right now. So let's move on. So as we go into Route 1, we're going to encounter a couple of more new Pokemon. These Pokemon are... The first Pokemon available on this route is the flying normal type Pokemon, Pidgey. I wouldn't really get a Pidgey unless you absolutely want it, because this Pokemon, while it's fast, is just not all that powerful. I mean, it has a respectable attack stat, but it is really frail, and there are better flying types in the game. Pidgey, when it fully evolves, it's just not a good... It's an okay Pokemon, but it's not good enough to really do anything with. You'll be going first a lot, but you're just not going to be KOing things. The second Pokemon available is one that I would not recommend under any circumstances at all. It's the normal type Pokemon Rattata. Rattata is kind of like Pidgey in that it's fast and it'll get faster, but just like Pidgey, it's not going to be hitting very hard at all. It's just not a good Pokemon. It's frail, it can't KO anything. Its speed is its only good asset, so if you're looking for Pokemon to add to your team, Rattata or Pidgey, I'd recommend Pidgey over Rattata, but Rattata, I wouldn't recommend Rattata at all. So now that we know what Pokemon are on this route, let's just keep moving. We're going to keep heading up north. We encounter our first Pokemon. It is the worthless Pokemon Rattata. And because this is our first wild encounter, I will battle this, but I probably will not be doing many on-screen battles just because of... They just kind of take up time and space that really doesn't need to be there, so KO this Rattata, and then I'll probably cut out any other battles between there. I will do the battles off-screen to gain experience and grow, but I'm not going to be catching any of these Pokemon or doing anything with them, so... With that, Charmander almost grew another level. And keep going. Where are we headed? Nobody knows! How long will it take you there to get there? At this rate, who knows? I probably should have showed that... Stupid random encounters. Well, I'll show this one. In the last battle, Charmander leveled up and learned a new attack. What is this attack? A fire-type move, Ember! Now we can burn things. It's much more powerful than Scratch. So we'll just burn this rat, since I don't like rats. Yes, we're done. Okay, now, as I was saying, how long will it take to get here? Well, we're here. That was the shortest ride ever, I think. There are shorter routes here, but this is a pretty good one. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, there's a bunch of places you could go. The first one here is, you're going to want to go to this place a lot. It's the Pokemon Center. You come here, you can heal your sick and injured Pokemon. So if you get, like, fall asleep in battle, poison, paralyzed, which I'll go over what those do later, you can come here and heal your Pokemon of those status, as well as return them to full health. So that's a useful tip. Other places you can go here include the Pokemart, where you can buy stuff like Pokeballs, potions, and status healers. Over here we have some old guy who died? Oh, I absolutely forbid you from going through here. This is my private property. So some old man has forbidden us from going forward and progressing in our journey. What's wrong with him? Oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. Well, hey, at least your Grandpa is just kind of grumpy with coffee. Gary's Grandpa's senile. Now, I'll quit playing on that joke so much. What you're going to want to do is you're going to go to the Pokemart, because there's something in here that we're going to have to take back to Pallet Town. You know Professor Oak, right? Unfortunately, his order came in. Can you take it to him? We received Oak's parcel from the Pokemart clerk. So I guess we're going to be delivery boys now instead of a Pokemon battler, and have to deliver this thing back to Professor Oak. And if you take the route I'm about to take, you can get through this entire part without having to do a single battle. What you do is you go to the far end over here, jump this ledge, and jump this ledge. Go all the way over here. You can jump this ledge. Jump this ledge. Yay for jumping ledges! And we managed to get through that without a single battle. So we want to come down here to Professor Oak's lab again and deliver his package to him. Take it up to him. Alright, old man, here's your package. Oh, Chime, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be as talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me? Chime delivered Oak's parcel. I don't know. Ah, it's the custom Pokeball. I had it in an order. Thank you. Oh, great. Gramps! I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request for you two. There he goes forgetting again what he did. On this desk there is in my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Chime, Gary, take these with you. And we get the Pokédex. You can't get detailed data from Pokemon. Yeah, you have to catch data if you're going to record them in your Pokédex. You must catch them to obtain. That's what I just said. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. Ah, we got the Pokeballs. You get 5 Pokeballs to start off with, and you can basically use those to catch Pokemon that you find in the wild. I would save these, though, for Pokemon that you really want to use on the team. And, yeah. Only use these when you actually find a Pokemon you want. I'm just going to skip past this. I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know. I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Chime. Ha ha ha. Don't bother coming around to my place after this. I guess. This poor this whole family has issues that need to be worked out. Alright, so he said don't go to... Well, you know what's more fun than, telling people what not to do? Doing the exact opposite of what they tell you not to do. I'm going to go to his place and see what he doesn't want me to do. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Gee, that's lazy of him. Oh, so he's lazy and senile. Here, this will help you. Chime received the town map from Daisy. I won't narrate all this, I promise. Ah, twice. Okay, so after you get the town map, which is kind of useless because if you ever go to any Pokemon Center, they will have a town map there that you could just look at. Once you receive the town map, you're going to want to head up north and head back to Viridian City. And let's hope that we don't run into any wild... And there's a wild Pokemon. Okay, now that battle's over, we will continue our journey north to Viridian City. There's actually a song like that, Road to Viridian City. I'm not going to sing that, but if you guys want to look that up. And here we are in Viridian City. So, we've actually done quite a bit. I've introduced you to the new mechanics. We've met the senile old man, Professor Oak. We got a Pokemon, had a rival battle. Came here to Viridian City, went back and made it back. So I think that's going to be it for this episode right now. So, next time on my Pokemon FireRed Let's Play, we are going to be looking around Viridian City a little more, see what we can do here, and then probably progressing further with our journey. So with that in mind, thank you for watching. I will catch you next time.